Part of your assessment for the Nutrition and Health unit is to plan a menu for the day and analyse its nutritional value in relation to your energy needs. Normally you do a menu for an expedition, but as this year there's no expedition, you'll be doing a nutritional diary for a day of lockdown. Although I've set this assignment many times in the past, I have to confess that I've never actually done it until this year. So I decided it was high time I had a go, and this is the video diary of how it went. I've uploaded my completed worksheet and included the information about the online resources I found, which you can use to help you calculate your calorie consumption and needs when you do your own diaries. I hope you find it useful. And I've measured all the oatmeal in it and the milk, so I know exactly how many calories this porridge contains. Or I will do when I've worked it out. Okay. A bit of sugar, because I can. Oops. Lovely.
So a few of those, trying to get that knee, you might not get it right the way down. You're going to feel your hip joint like that and stop it. So left to right, nice and slow, and I'm going to read this lovely poem. This is a really nice one. On the ground, so again this is really good for your hips. Put your legs like this, so two, like 90 degrees there, 90 degrees there, and what you do from there, just rotate. You might need to put your hand on the ground if you want to help. Just rotate from left to right. Great little hip opener. So left to right. Brilliant. Come on. Tuesday morning, sun shining in Richmond.
I've tried to make sure that my menu for the day includes each one of the 7 elements of nutrition. In practice, the easiest way to do this is to think of it in terms of the 5 main food groups and try and make sure that you're including the right sort of proportions of each one. The hard part is making sure that you've got 5 to 7 portions of fresh produce, fruit and veg in your daily menu.
You know, over these few months that we train together, we are going to be so fit. We'll be stronger than ever, honestly. These are proper exercises that really...
It's important to include snacks and drinks when you do your own diaries. I haven't videoed them, but they're in my worksheet, which you can find in Brightspace. If you buy something ready-made from the supermarket, it nearly always has far more sugar and salt than you'd add if you were making it for yourself from scratch, not to mention sweeteners and preservatives. You can avoid all of this by buying raw materials and making things yourself. I don't always do this, and while I often buy ready-made bread, biscuits or ketchup, it's nice when you can to buy only things that have a single ingredient and cook things yourself from scratch. All the food in this meal was bought as raw materials and cooked from scratch, and in lockdown there's time to do things like this. So this is a lemon meringue pie which Jessie made, and I've been really looking forward to trying it all day, so let's give it a go.
But the cat couldn't wait and he already nibbled some.
It needs to be lemony. Right, so I've got my very scribbly list of everything I ate yesterday on the left, so my to-do list is on the right, and I'm now going to use a free online calorie checker to work out how many calories is in each thing. I'm using the NHS calorie checker. If you type calorie checker into Google, there are loads of free ones online. There are also apps that you can download if you find that easier. So I'm going to type in milk, that's the first thing, and hit search, and it's a bit confusing. There's a whole load of different types of milk that come up. Skimmed milk, semi-skimmed milk, mashed potatoes with butter and milk. So I found whole milk, and if I look at that, the quantity it gives you is 30 millilitres, which is about the amount that you'd put into a cup of tea. And I want 300 millilitres, which is half a pint, which is what I put in my porridge. So I'm going to multiply the amount of calories they give for one serving by 10. So I've got 180 calories of milk. And I'm going to do the same thing for oatmeal. And see what comes up. And again, you have to sift through it and interpret it a bit, and make sure that your serving size is the same size as the one they're using. And some of them are given in brand names, so find one that's similar to what you used yourself, and sometimes you have to do a bit of guesswork and estimating to make it work. Another thing you can do is, if you're eating something straight out of a package, you can look on the package, and most, if not all, products that you buy from a UK shop will have the calorie content in them. So I've got this milk bottle here, and it tells me that for 100 millilitres of milk, just look down there are 64 calories. So that's another way you can do it. So I've looked up online how many calories a woman with a sedentary lifestyle should aim to consume, and it's giving me 1800 calories a day. And I'm adding to that the calories I burned running a mile and doing my PE session yesterday, which again, I've looked up online how many calories on average it takes to run a mile, and it's 100. And a half an hour of fitness class or gym session takes about 200 calories. So I've got my 1800 calories basic sedentary level, and I'm adding 100 for the mile and 200 for the fitness class. So that's 2100 calories is what I'm aiming to consume for my day yesterday. So now comes the moment of truth, where I take all the numbers that I calculated for everything I ate yesterday and I add them all up. Can't get the calculator to open. There we go. And it comes to 2061 calories. So I'm more or less bang on.